Hey guys, how's it going? It's Target here. Welcome back to another episode of the Chicago Blackhawks Be a GM. I asked you guys when we left off, what do we need to do about our top line? Do we need to make any changes? And the main one is, what about James Neal? What's going on with James Neal? We picked him in here, we got him to be a goal scorer, and he scored 22 goals, which isn't bad. And you know what? To be realistic, a 30 to 35 goal scorer is probably what he's more capable of. But, I mean, like, he put 22 goals up in 2010-11. But, I mean, he's better than that now. He can score a lot more. James Neal's going to be around 60 points. But, you know, I expect more than that out of this guy. You know, I expect much, much more than that out of him. I mean, he's a pretty good goal scorer, but I think that maybe at the end of the year, that's when we may need to make our decision on him. Because if we go back and we revisit the players, that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to revisit the players that were considered top line snipers. Okay, we'll go to trading block. Okay, so we'll do best what they suggest. We are looking for a forward, we're looking for a first line forward, and we want our shooting skills to be top notch. We want the 5-star shooting. Okay, so if you look at what we get out of for this, you know, like here's James Neal. Here's what's in his class: Rick Nash, Taylor Hall, Thomas Vanek, basically. So the only guys that are actually considered snipers here would be Taylor Hall and Thomas Vanek. All right. Now, do you need that sniper to be able to do it? I don't know. Let's take a look at Taylor Hall. Let's look at his stats. He's only put up 17 goals this year, and for a total of 44 points. So he's not much better off than James Neal is right now, who's got 22 goals. Okay, so we're just comparing these guys. All right. Let's take a look at Phil Kessel, because his value is similar too. Phil Kessel has 25 goals, so that's a little bit better. That's a little bit closer to what I'd like to see out of James Neal, but it's not far off. 22 goals is what he's at now. Vanek, he's got 21 goals and 21 assists, so we got kind of what we bargained for. If we look at the top end snipers, all right, so there's Steven Stamkos. He's at 27 goals, but he's going to cost a lot, you know. Who else is the top one? Alexander Ovechkin. He's got 33 goals. He's leading the league in goals. But again, he's going to cost a lot. He's got a great shot, though. That explains it. Tavares, he's only got 20 goals. 20 goals this year, guys. Not that much more. He's an assist guy, but that's because he's got better passing. But in terms of goals, he's not even scoring more. Okay, it might be because of who he's with. Malkin has a great shot. We know that. And he's only got 16 goals and only 31 assists in 59 games. Like, he's only at 47 points. So he's not even doing much better. So I think that we'll wait until the offseason, and that Taylor Hall might be a possibility for us, depending on how this year goes, okay? Taylor Hall may very well be a possibility. I think, no, we're going to leave it the way it was. I think we're going to go with, actually, no, I'm going to go trade negotiations. We're going to go trading block, and I'm going to say what they want. I think I'm going to be looking for any forward, and we're looking for a player with potential. That's what we need to add to the cupboard, is that, okay? And then also, we're going to be looking for a defense, and we're looking for somebody with that. And then we're going to look for a goalie, somebody with potential. Okay, that's what we want. All right. And let's take a look at our surplus. Okay, I don't really care too much about that. Picks, yeah, we'll throw all our picks on there, because I'd be willing to give up a pick for one of those players. So we'll commit to the trade block like that, and we'll get into the trade deadline. Okay, I'm not going to change anything quite yet. Like I said, the Patrick Sharp, like after comparing him to other players, okay, we're going to play Hossa here, who's got 21 goals on the year so far. And we won 3-0. Lupo gets his 31st goal. So, I mean, it's an interesting dynamic. There's no doubt about it. It's a very interesting dynamic that our team currently has. We're going to continue because we already adjusted our trading block. Here's Colorado. They're even. Oh, we lose 3-1. Okay, so, but Joffrey Lupul scores again. So no trades coming in the first round. Okay, not to us anyway. Let's see, second. Nothing in the second. I'm not making any trades unless it comes. Not making any trades unless it comes. Nothing there. And probably nothing here. Nope. Okay. Nobody wants to give up what we're asking for. So that's probably the reason there. All right, so let's continue on here. I'm fine with that. I think that there's some changes that we could make just within our lineup that would better the team. I'm going to wait till the end of the month here, because last month was really not a very good sample size. So let's wait till the end of the month before we do that. 5-2 win there. You go. Kane's got 37 assists now. So I'm starting to see some progress from the top line, even though we can't tell if Neal's got many goals based on, because of Lupul's immense number he's getting on that second line. Here's Buffalo. They're an okay team. And a 4-3 win, and Lupul gets himself 2 goals in that one. So Lupul is doing a very good job here, challenging for most goals in the league. Only behind, I think, Zetterberg. Oh, there's a 2-1 loss. In overtime, sorry. Only behind Zetterberg and Ovechkin, actually. Zetterberg's the other one that's got it. Here's Nashville. And two back-to-back losses. So that's not good. And Lupul's gone without a goal now in the last couple. So let's step it up right here against Detroit, who's having a great year so far. Detroit. And a 4-3 win against Detroit. Kane gets an assist. All right, our 40th win's going to come against Philly. I feel it. It's happening right now. Oh, my God, 6-3 loss. Come on, guys. There you go, 5-2 win. Lupul now with 35 goals. Kane at 40 assists. That's our 40th win. That puts us at 86 points. Here's Carolina there, and a 4-3 win over Carolina. Good job, guys. Lupul still 35 goals, but Kane gets an assist there. Here's Nashville up now. Come on, guys. Let's beat Nashville. Let's keep the streak alive. There's a 2-0 win against the Nashville Predators. We were scouting goalies in the OHL, I believe. Yeah, so there's a couple there. WHL had a ton. Q has a top 5 in Billia. So let's take a look at Billia here for a month. All right, let's continue the sim. We're almost there. All right, here comes Dallas. They're having a good year, a decent year, but statistically they're doing really well, and we lose 3-2. Comes in overtime, though. I'm happy with an overtime. I'll live with an overtime loss. Here's Boston. 3-0. I won't live with that shit. I'm tired of getting shut out, man. Happens all the time. And a 5-4 loss in regulation, and Lupul hasn't scored in a little bit. I'm kind of scared. Pittsburgh is the last. That's 3 losses in a row. Let's finish off with a win. Come on. Come on, guys. There you go. A 2-1 win to finish the month. We'll take a quick look at stats. Goals against average, we are in there, and save percentage as well. Points, we're not up there. Wins, we're number 1. Goals, Ovechkin is the only one that's leading over Lupul with 39. We have 35, and we aren't up there for assists, even though we're close, okay? So not a bad year, I suppose. Let's go to Stats Central, sorry. Stats Central, team standings. We got to live with what we got here now, so it doesn't matter. We're in 7th now. We dropped quite a bit. We're going to make the playoffs, though. It's almost a guarantee. Goals for per game, we're 16th. Goals against, we're 10th, so we're doing well there. Our power play, 18.4. And our penalty kill, 82.8. So that's not great. We're middle of the pack. It's dropped a little bit from, obviously, 2nd. NHL player stats. Let's see how everybody's doing. Lupul having a great year. 35 goals. Points. Tay's at 67, so with only 6... Oh, we guess we should just do a year... You know what? We'll just do a year-end wrap-up. We're almost there anyway. All right, we need to have a final push here that's really strong, okay, guys? A huge final push here. Lupul, I want to see get to 40 goals at least. He was on pace for about 40 when we left off, or when we were about the halfway point. It was about 40, 45, so he's not going to get to 45, but he could definitely get to 40 goals. He's not going to win the scoring title. There's a 5-1 win. There you go. Lupul scores. He gets his 36th goal. Here's Columbus now. A 3-2 win. Lupul scores again. He gets his 37th. Patrick Kane at 45 assists now on the year. So they're doing a good job here in this final push. St. Louis now, they're just below 500, and we lose to them in regulation as well. Come on, guys. You got to beat these teams. You got to prove that you're one of the best in the league. Here's Montreal, and we lose 5-4 in regulation again. Quit allowing this to happen to you. Here's Washington. They're way below 500 right now. There should be a team we beat, and we lose 5-2. Fuck, god damn it, man. 3 losses in a row. Nashville, 3-1 win, and that's the way it ends, isn't it? That's it. That's the end of it. So Lupul didn't even get to 40 goals. Didn't even get there. Kane had 47. Let's see how we finished here. Chicago, we're 927 for that. Goals against average dropped to the shitter. Taze is up there for points. Ended up with 73 on the year. It's a very weak year. Nobody scored that much. Even Crosby's not even in there. Kessel had 92 points. So it was a bad year all around for sure. Goals, we actually finished in 3rd. Plekanec had 1 more than Lupul did. And I don't even see our boy Neal anywhere near that. Assists, we didn't quite get there. Standings, we are top our division. We got to a 99 points. That's insane that we're going to clinch our position with that. Look at the East, though. Unbelievably strong, which is so uncharacteristic of the real NHL. That's crazy. All right, so we'll go to stats. We'll do this again. Team standings. We finished in 7th in the entire league. Goals for per game, we only had 2.63. Goals against per game, we had 2.49, so that's good. Power play, 8th at 18.2. And our penalty kill, 18th at 82.2, so that just was the same. So player stats here, we'll do this one more time. So through 82 games, we can assess, we know that Taze was our top scorer. He had 73 points through 82 games. Not great, not great at all. Patrick Kane had 68 points, not great. Neal finished with 33 goals on the year. Wow, James Neal finished with 33 goals. Much better portion of the year there after the trade deadline. He had 11 goals after the trade deadline, whereas Lupul only had 7. So James Neal started to score a lot more there. Lupul had a great year, though. You can't argue that stat. Kadri had a good year, too, and so did Gallagher. 50 points for Brendan Gallagher. That's probably his best. Yeah, that's way more than his best, but he never played that many games last year. Kadri, 50 points is better than last year, but barely. He was almost at a point-per-game clip. That's a little bit unrealistic, considering that, you know, he's still young. He's still young. Keith had 38 points. That's about average for him. Brent Seabrook had 36 points. That is quite a bit more than average for him. Letty, 30. That's best for him. That's the. Oh wait, no. He had 37 here in this year. About 30 for us this year. That's not bad at all. Oh, not Colorado. Hjalmarsson, 21 points. That's way better for him. Way better for Nicholas Hjalmarsson. Handzus had 17 points playing the fourth line, so good for him doing that there. I'm happy about that result. Jeff Halpern actually finished with 16 points. Brandon Saad, who's playing the third line, only finished with 14 points and a minus 14. Reagan, 13. Yeah, the problem was they're not producing properly. Yeah, that third line was just terrible. Andrew Shaw finishes with 10 points and a minus 17. That third line is just shit. Just shit. So I'm going to do something before we get into the playoffs here. I also forgot to look at goalies. I'm going to do something before we get into the playoffs. Something that I feel will at least help our depth, okay? Or help our third and fourth lines, which clearly struggled. Crawford put up a 2.23 goals against average and a 9.2 save percentage. Again, I'm happy with that from Crawford. That is a good number for an 86 overall goalie. All right, coaching options. Let's pop into edit lines here. I'm going to switch Reagan and Handzus. Let's give these two guys, an older, more skilled veteran player, an option, you know, to help them out in their game. Now, Neal brought it on in the last half, so I don't have any problem there. Lupul still finished with a great year. I believe that was a career best. I mean, 37 goals has to be his best he's ever had. Yeah. I mean, he had 25 that year, but 37 goals is unbelievable. And that's what he's supposed to be doing, is scoring. So we brought in that sniper to do that. So good for him. Defense, we're going to leave the same as it is now. I'm going to back out here. I made that switch. So I do want to take a look at my GM tracker and see if there's anything we can upgrade. We can upgrade the assistant coach. We don't really need to do that. Medical staff. So I'm going to wait till we get the amateur scout or pro scout up a little bit. So we'll leave that there. All right, let's see who we're going to be playing in the playoffs, all right? We clinched our division, or our conference with the year. So let's see who we're going to be playing now. And we're going to be playing the Minnesota Wild. So they wanted 45 wins out of us, and we got 45 wins, so he's happy about that. Minnesota, I think we probably had the upper hand on all year, so let's just take a look at that first. That's something I want to try and bring in here. Minnesota, so we beat them 5-1 most recently, so that's one win. Where else? Minnesota, nothing there. We beat them there, so that's 2 wins for us. We beat them there, that's 3 wins for us. I think we only played them 4 times. Oh, they beat us there, so we beat them 3 times, they beat us once. 4 times we won, and twice we lost now. So, and then the preseason we lost. So 4-2 was the season series. So that's in 6 games. That's enough. That's enough to win us this series. So let's go to coaching options. Let's view the lines. NHL. And we're going to go against, we're going to pop over and see Minnesota. Actually, let's take a look at ours first just to remind ourselves. Taze, Neal, and Kane. Lupul, Kadri, Gallagher. Saad, Handzus, and Shaw. Halpern, Reagan, and Kruger. All right. So we're going to pop over to Minnesota. Koivu, Pominville, and Parise. You know what? Ours is better, but they've got a pretty good top line. The second line, we have them beat. They've got Molson, Granlund, and Heatley. The third line is theirs, and the fourth is pretty even. Defense, ours is better. Second pairing, pretty close, but ours is better for sure. And then the third pairing is theirs just by an edge. Goaltending, they've got the better. Oh no, Brizgalov, 84 overall, and Backstrom, 83. So we've got better in almost every category. So this is a team we should beat here in the playoffs. So let's see how things go. So game 1 against Minnesota. This is home ice advantage through at least the Western Conference first period. And 1-1 the score. Brodziak scores for them, Kane for us. Second period. 2-2 the score. All right, Pominville for them and Sod for us. So let's see if we can't get the first goal of the third. And Granlund scores for a minute. And Bloom right after that. That's not good at all. We're down by 2. Power play for Minnesota. This isn't looking good. No, I'm just going to sim. And 5-2 the final. Mike Rupp scores on Corey Crawford and just destroyed the Chicago Blackhawks in Game 1. Not the result Chicago was looking for in these playoffs. They expect to be a strong team, even though they didn't even get to 100 points. All right. That's okay. Here we go. Second game against Minnesota. First period. And we're down 3-0. Brodin, Heatley, and Pominville. You're kidding me. Second period. 3-1. James Neal scores. Good God. If we don't win the next game, I'm going to just scramble the lines. Power play. Nothing coming from the power play. This is not doing, I guess. It's not happening. Sim. 4-1 is the final in that one. Parise gets the goal on the empty net. And Chicago down 2-0. Not good at all here for a team that we beat 4-2 in the series. All right. I'm going to change the lines right now. I'm changing it around. Coaching options. Edit lines. All right. James Neal, Patrick Kane, you're switching it up. I'm wondering if I should... Yeah, I'm going to see if we win this one like this. If we don't win it, I'm going to switch Patrick Kane back to the right wing, and I'm going to put Lupul in place of Neal and put Neal on the second line, and we'll see what happens, all right? So we'll see if we can win this game with the way it is right now. This is what I've talked about throughout the year. All right. Game 3, this one in Minnesota. First period, down 2-0. Oh, my God. Second, 3-0. I'm just going to... Third, 4-0. We're about to get swept by the Minnesota Wild. You must be effing kidding me. This is such a bunch of bullshit, man. Such bullshit. Our team could not pull it together at all. All right. Neal and Lupul, switch it around. Give Lupul. And if this works, it'll be pretty much the deciding factor that we need a sniper and not a guy that's labeled as a power forward. You need that guy labeled as a sniper, not just a good shooter, even though people claim it. I feel like, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. This is our last crack at the cat, basically, before we get eliminated. Let's check here for our month. Last opportunity. Game 4, about to get swept. Come on, guys. First period, down. Oh, 2-0. There you go. Lupul scores and Gallagher. Second period, 5-1. Oh, my goodness. Lupul gets another goal. Reagan and Jalmerson. I'm just going to sim. Third period, 7-1 the final. Lupul with a hat trick. Kadri scores. 7-1. That might just be proof in the pudding that you need that sniper. Tays and Kane assist on both. And if we manage to figure something out that's going on here, I'm sorry. Goodbye, James Neal. Hello, Taylor Hall. All right, let's go up to here. Lupul, what a game for Lupul. All right. This is a new series. A new series right now. First period, 2-1 we're up. Gallagher and Tays. Second, 3-1 we're up. Neal scores on that second line. All right, we're going to go times 4 because we are on the brink of elimination. Oh, God, Stoner scores. All right, guys, come on. Shut them down. Power play for Chicago. Nothing happening on that power play. Power play for Mini. Power play Chicago. Oh, my goodness. Power play for Mini. Nothing happening in that one. 9 minutes left here in the third period. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yes, there you go. A 3-2 win. And Chicago now is only down by a 3-2 series. So it's getting close again. All right. Lupul, good job, buddy. You sparked the team to score. All right, here we go. Game 5. Or, sorry, Game 6. Game 6 in Minnesota. First period. 2-0 we're up. Kadri and Neal. Second period. 3-2 we're up. Okay, so Tays scores. Parise and Coyle, so it's close here. Close here indeed. Shots are pretty even. Power play for Minnesota or Chicago, and we don't score. Power play for Mini, they don't score. Power play Mini, gone again. Wow, that's gone really quick. They must be taking penalties or something like that. Oh, Niederreiter scores. Oh, no, and it's 3-3. 8. Oh, yes! Reagan scores from the fourth line. You're kidding me. 6 minutes left in the third period. Shots are pretty close. 2 minutes left. 1. And that's it. We're going to Game 7. Chicago has won 3 games in a row. Oh, my word. The difference, James Neal and Joffrey Lupul. You must be kidding me. Joffrey has only scored in that one game, but you know what? It sparked something. That top line is actually doing well. All right, here we go. Game 7. First period, we're down 1-0. Matt Molson scores. All right, come on, Lupul. You can do it, buddy. Second period, 3-2, we jump into the lead. Hjalmarsson, Saad, Patrick Kane score. We're going to go to the third period now with the lead. Shots. Oh, Neal scores on the second line of the power play. Scores on Bruce Gallup. Gallagher scores, and it's 5-2 for Chicago. Oh my goodness, on the brink of elimination, the Chicago Blackhawks are coming back to win this series. Down 3-0. Oh my word, what about talk about dramatic, like a dramatic finish to this series. That's going to do it. That is going to do it. 2 minutes left, and it's done. Chicago is going on to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs after defeating Minnesota in 7. Oh my goodness, I think that this series has pretty much proven one thing, that James Neal is on his way out.